Morning, humans. Today I'm going to talk about growing. It seems like growing with God it's a search for the unknown. You don't know where you're going. You don't know where to start. You don't know you don't know God. Now, how do you know something that is basically unknowable? It's a tricky question. We are taught that it is holy, it is righteous to meditate on the precepts of God, to follow His word, to understand His promises, His commandments. But what if you don't know them? Now, where they're found in the Bible. So, by reading, by studying the Bible, then we get an understanding of God, what He expects of us, the kind of life that we should live. And that requires dedication, that requires devotion, time. In our busy lives, it seems like there's always less and less time. You can say that really when it comes to anything. But if you look at the way our day breaks down, we have plenty of time that we devote to nothing. We have time that we devote to Facebook. We have time that we devote to friends. We have time that we devote to texting. We're really not even doing anything when we're doing that. Watching television. There's so many frivolous expenditures of our time and our day. The real answer is that we're not aware of how we spend our time. And so we need to become masters of today. Every day is a small enough compartment that we can visualize the entire thing. We could plan our day in our heads right now if we wanted to. But when you look at a week, when you look at a month or a lifetime, that's when things become overwhelming. We're not focused on the unit of time that's most relevant. We're focused on things beyond ourselves, things that we can't comprehend. The human mind is great in its ability to understand past and future, but that it's also one of our greater limitations is that our understanding expands beyond what is knowable. And when we try to expand our minds to the times that we can't know, that we can't understand, we're forcing ourselves to act or to attempt to act on ignorance. I can't know where I'm going to be a year from now. How can I make a 5-year plan? Doesn't make any sense. And it's the same with knowing God. We can't to know God's plan for your life. That's a big if. I mean, how can we even know God's plan for ourselves today? It says, give us this day our daily bread, and with food and raiment to be content. Really, we have a lot of expectations of life that stem from our human insecurities and from our ability to understand time that are not biblical. There's no idea in the Bible that we need to have things sorted out as a plan years from now. It says, take no care for the morrow, for thou knowest not what a day may bring. And isn't that the truth? We don't know what today's going to bring us that will change the plans that we had for tomorrow. We need to live our life now as best as we can in the service of God. That means spending a little time now to read His Word. That means spending a little time now to pray. It means spending a little time now to be better to those around us. God is the only one who knows the extent of our lives. He knows our comings and our goings. He knows how we came in and how we're going out. These are things that we cannot know. I think one of the biggest, most tempting vices, crutches of human existence, is to lean on our own understanding. But our understanding is so finite. It's a fool's errand to plan your entire life. So that was all God really spoke to me to say to you about today. Say to you today. The day, the importance of today, and how everything in your life can be done today. I hope it was useful for you. If you don't know God, if you don't know His wisdom, or even you're not even to the Bible or the prayer stage. You're in the what's God about stage. Then the first step is to understand that He has given Himself, sacrificed His Son, in order to be the propitiation, in order to pay the cost of the sin in your life. Now, what is sin? Sin is it's something that we all have. We are all wrong, fundamentally, in some way. And it is that wrongness that creates suffering in our lives. We have the suffering of anger, of hatred, of resentment, bitterness, jealousy, fear, heartache, poverty. All of these things are sufferings that result from our sinful nature as a whole and the fallible nature of this planet that we live on. So, God died. He sent His Son. He sacrificed Him because sin requires a price to be paid in order so that it can be forgiven and washed away. And it used to be that they used to sacrifice animals. They don't do that anymore because God sent His only Son as a sacrifice for us. So, if you would like to accept that gift of salvation, if you would like to have that forgiveness, to know that all of the bad things that you've done that are happening around you, they don't have to affect you because you can be cleansed by the sacrifice of His Son. Follow me in prayer. Father, thank you for this sermon today. I thank you for the time to give it. I thank you for the people watching, to those listening. I hope that they learned something. I know that there are those out there who don't know your grace, but they're curious. They would like to know. And if there's someone out there who would like to accept this gift of sacrifice, just to have them pray, Father, I know that I have sinned, that I am not a perfect being. There are many things wrong in my life and in the world around me. And I would like to receive a pardon for those things that I've done. I ask you for your gift of salvation. I accept it willingly as you give it willingly. And I forgive myself because you forgive me for all that I have done. I believe that by receiving and accepting this gift, I will end up in heaven with you one day. Thank you, God, for your providence and your salvation. In Jesus' name, amen. That's my whole sermon today. It's under 10 minutes. Bam, knocking it down. Y'all have a good one.